The Lodge Activity Board is no longer restricted to just 3 minutes or under. Join Board Director Stephan Reynolds and his co-host du jour as they dive a little deeper into what's happening in Door County. It's time to go beyond the board with FM 106.9, The Lodge.
Howdy, fun seekers. It is officially fall, and that means fall festivals in Door County. We got a big one coming up this weekend, Autumnfest, and we're going to give you a big old complete primer on that one right here on Beyond the Board. There's a classic car show to talk about. There's a photo shoot. They're making a calendar at that classic car show, and there's music to talk about as well. What a band coming to Autumnfest all the way from Nashville. You got to hear who that is. What else are we going to hit on? Oh, so much going on this weekend. Portside Builders, they're having their 5th annual open house. I'll give you the details of that one. And an inside-outside sale going on in Fish Creek. And my co-host du jour, he is a righteous dude. He's very eclectic, a real Renaissance man. Travis Blasier from Blasier Performance in Carlsville. We're going to do a deep dive on classic cars, especially motorcycles. So strap in, get ready. It's going to be a wild ride.
I'm knocking at your door, baby. I'm knocking at your door, baby. I'm knocking at your door, baby. I'm knocking at your door, baby.
You were just listening to a little Hillbilly Casino out of Nashville. And why were you listening to them play Knockin' at Your Door? Well, they're going to be playing in the door. They are coming for Autumnfest this weekend, Saturday in Bailey's Harbor. Yeah, they were here earlier this summer playing at Waterfront Park in Sister Bay. And now they are making a triumphant return for Autumnfest. And they are going to be knocking at our door. And they are really a cool band. If you haven't seen Hillbilly Casino, I want to personally highly recommend it. I'm not going to miss them. I think they are a lot of fun. Yeah, Autumnfest coming to Bailey's Harbor this weekend. Oh, wait a minute. I kind of dispensed with the pleasantries. It's me, Stephan, Beyond the Board, podcast time. Yeah, it's going on in Bailey's Harbor. They're going to have music from Hillbilly Casino. There is also going to be a classic car show. And during that car show, they are going to once again be shooting the Pistons and Pinups calendar. They've done this before. Actual live, beautiful models in the flesh and professional photographers. They're going to take full advantage of all these cool cars and motorcycles at this car show, classic car show at Autumnfest, and they are going to actually create that calendar while we are all walking around and enjoying Autumnfest. And right now I am joined in Studio B by a guy that knows a lot about cars and motorcycles. His name is Travis Blasier, and he owns Blasier Performance of Door County, which is located in Carlsville. And I have brought him in to talk all about this classic car show that's going to be happening at Autumnfest. Travis, how the heck are you, man?
Hey, how's it going, Stephan? Good.
It's going good. So this car show, tell me about it. Why do we love these cars so darn much?
So this show in particular is actually pretty darn neat. You know, you got the mix of hot rods, classics, there's some exotic cars there. There's some, safari, sand runners. But the cool thing about it is what you kind of hit on before is you get these pinup girls walking around and they kind of mimic the 40s and 50s era, flapping around with dress. They look beautifully pissed off. All they do, they just walk around. It's just a really cool scene. We get some motorcycles in the mix a little bit. And we got a really cool rockabilly band playing this year.
Yeah, Hillbilly Casino. Have you seen him before? Heard him before?
Yep. So I've gone to Simcoe quite a few times, Simcoe Shakedown, and they've played there, and they throw a lot of energy out there, and they're a great addition to any show.
Okay, you're gonna have to help us out. Simcoe, what is that now?
So that's somewhat similar to the Pinups and Pistons show here in Bailey's. It's maybe on a slightly. They have a huge grounds. They do it in like the county fairgrounds.
Where?
In Simcoe, Wisconsin.
Oh, Simcoe, Wisconsin. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Sorry to all you Simcoe, Wisconsin fans of Beyond the Board. I didn't mean to not know your hometown. So I understand, my sources tell me that you are, in fact, married to a pinup girl?
Yeah, right. Yes. So we wanted to bring motorcycles to the show a little bit. So I got hooked up with Bryn, talked to her, got some motorcycles in the mix, and then my wife, who was actually 8.5 months pregnant at the time, we decided to throw this little funny thing out there and dress her up as a pinup. And I'd tell you, she nailed it. You know, everybody thinks of pinups as being this super skinny, beautiful girl in a dress. And I tell you what, being 8.5 months pregnant, she killed it. So it was pretty neat.
What year?
So that would be 2017. She did it last year as well. Not in pregnant form, but she still knocked it out of the park. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Well, I personally don't think women are any more beautiful than when they are with child.
Oh, yeah, I'd have to agree. Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, she will have to sit this year's out as she is once again pregnant with our second coming child. So it's going to be pretty cool, though. There's a lot of cool things at this show.
Congratulations, first and foremost, having another child.
Yeah,
Good
thank
for
you.
So you are in large part responsible for incorporating motorcycles into this classic car show, correct?
Yep. So there's not a whole lot of support out here for motorcycles, and that's pretty much the reason why I even opened up a motorcycle shop in Door County is the lack of support, and in particular Harley Davidsons. You know, there's the closest thing is about an hour away, and if you're at the tip of the peninsula, it's 2 hours away, and with traffic, even better in 2 hours. So it's pretty good to get motorcycles in the mix, and at that show is just a really cool way to kind of keep supporting it and showcasing the different type of two-wheeled hardware out there on the peninsula here.
With your background, you can make a motorcycle, can't you?
Yeah, we've done some pretty cool builds here in the past 5 years, from 1970s bobbers up to pro class drag bikes to flamethrowers. We built 2 flamethrowers. We build anything and everything.
I like the sound of that. Do they actually throw flames?
Oh yeah, we're going to be bringing a bike to the show that's capable of throwing about a 10-foot flame.
Cool.
So it'll be an eye-catching thing for sure.
Oh, I won't miss that. That does sound really, really neat. I noticed that you rode a bike in on this beautiful day. What are you riding today?
Yeah, so that bike actually is the flamethrower. So it's a 2009 Crossbones that we completely redid and revamped last winter. Did a whole bunch of customization, rebuilt the motor, paint, wheels, bars, exhaust, you name it, it's been done.
I should have rid my Honda Ruckus in, and we could go for a little cruise, you and I.
Go. Yeah.
But you'd have to keep it right around 35 miles an hour because that's how fast that goes.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
So the classic car show, the Pistons and Pinups calendar shoot, just one of the many facets of this Autumnfest going on this Saturday and Sunday in Bailey's Harbor. It's all in and around Town Hall there. Bailey's Harbor Town Hall. Music we already mentioned. Hillbilly Casino coming. That's worth the price of admission right there, which is nothing because it is free. And there's going to be all kinds of arts and crafts to check out as well. And speaking of food, was I speaking of food? Perhaps you would like to enjoy a funnel cake. I've got it on good authority that the Ephraim Funnel Department, which is a subdivision, a subsidiary of the Ephraim Fire Department, we are going to be there, and we're going to fire up our funnel cake making machine, and we're going to sell funnel cakes, and we're going to sell deep fried double stuffed Oreo cookies, which will literally change your life. Have you had either of those taste treats?
Doesn't get any better.
Have you had a funnel cake before?
I have had one. Yeah, yep. And I tell you, it's hard to beat those things.
Come by and see us, please. Travis, your money is no good at the Ephraim Funnel Department because you're participating with me on this Beyond the Board podcast. I just can't appreciate it anymore. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, Autumnfest. I cannot even hardly wait. Other things going on this weekend as well. What else can I showcase here? Friday and Saturday, it's Portside's 5th annual open house. Of course, I'm talking about Portside Builders. Here's your chance to tour 2 new homes and 2 remodels, and they're open just this one weekend, Friday and Saturday. You can gather design ideas and see the latest latest in home building products. No tickets are needed. You just go to the website, portsidebuilders.com, and you find the home locations, the times, all the details. I even got a sneak peek at one of the remodels because that home belongs to one of my fellow firefighters on the aforementioned Ephraim Volunteer Fire Department, my boy Ned Cheese Whiz Larson, and they had their kitchen remodeled and then some, and we just had a little get together at their house a while back for all the fire department people, season ending kind of thing, and whoa, those Portside Builders, they know what they're doing when it comes to remodeling. So I would definitely recommend to everybody that they get on this tour and check those out. And also, if you're a shopper, you love to shop, inside-outside sale going on Saturday and Sunday, and that is throughout Fish Creek. Fish Creek retailers will showcase special sale merchandise both inside and outside of their shops for unbeatable end-of-the-season sales all weekend long. And if you don't like walking so much or you get tired, you can hop on the Door County trolley because that's going to be there running around. So just look for those trolley stops. You hop on, you hop off, you shop inside, you shop outside, you shop, you drop, you get back up again, you do more shopping. Visit fishcreek.com for more information on that one. Now back to Autumnfest and that classic car show. So what will really, well, we've already talked about some things that are going to blow some people's minds. How about cars? We've talked a lot about the motorcycles. What car is just going to be something that's really going to capture the fancy of most people that come to Autumnfest?
I would say, I think in the past, there's always a Barracuda that shows up, and those cars, at least for myself, those cars, they got a special place. They just got true American horsepower and have been known to put it down at the racetrack in the past and just prove what they are and what they can do. And that for sure is a cool one. There's always a really neat Mustang that shows up. So it's pretty slick. There always is that one coupe too. I forget the year, but it's always a big flamed out coupe that has just with red interior, white walls. That's a really neat piece too. So there's a whole bunch of cars to see. Usually a Ferrari, one or two of those will be in the mix. Old Porsches, everything and anything is there.
Cool. Ooh, Barracuda. What is it with in your estimation, our fascination with cars and car culture?
Just the way people can personalize them and make them theirs and just show off their self through their car. It's one way to stand out, and be different from everybody else. It's a very cool way to be different and put yourself apart from, all the other factory looking cars, those pieces of garbage out there.
Well, you've definitely demonstrated that you're a fairly different dude. You build motorcycles. I understand you also have done some racing. You're going to do some more racing. Let's talk a little about Blasier Performance of Door County. What is the modus operandi of that place?
Yeah, so like I said just before, we decided to open up a shop just to get some more support to some Harley riders in the peninsula. We've been doing it for 5 years, and we're going to go racing here in next year in 2020. We kind of hung up our race helmet, I guess, if you will. In 2013, we had to do some adult things and buy a house and kind of get that footing and get the business launched. And now we're going to have a little fun. We're going to go hooligan racing, a little flat track Harley racing, and we're going to put it down and get a little dirty.
Cool. That's what it's called, hooligan racing?
Yeah, so it's a series.
I'm in already.
Yeah. that's the hook, man. Hook, line, and sinker. It's the coolest thing out there right now.
So mom must get a little nervous with one child and another on the way. You going out there and racing real fast on two-wheeled contraptions?
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't sit well. I don't know. Life is short. You got to have fun, and flat tracking. There is nothing much more fun than flat tracking out there. One thing, I've road raced in the past going, just north of or right around 200 miles an hour on a closed circuit, and flat tracking is a little bit slower, but you're sideways probably 80% of the time, hanging out with dudes elbow to elbow, banging around.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of fun.
I think that's good for you to have that fun, not me necessarily. I'm going to stick with the Honda Ruckus and stay at 35 miles per hour or under. Do us a huge favor, Travis. Be careful, man. We need you up here in Door County in Carlsville at Blasier Performance of Door County. Go see Trav and all of the crew there. It's a really cool place. And be sure and check him out this weekend, Autumnfest, Bailey's Harbor. You have any parting thoughts about Autumnfest that you you can leave us with, bud?
Our one quick plug, I guess our flat track bike is going to be there. So before we tear it down this winter and build the motor, we're going to showcase a little bit and pimp our sponsors. Come down to Autumnfest. It will not disappoint. It never has, never will. If you want a little flair and taste of the past, you got to make it.
Well put, brother. Yeah, bring that camera or phone. I guess that's pretty much what the camera is nowadays. And get a lot of good photos of all of these cool cars and motorcycles at Autumnfest. And remember, you'll see, speaking of cameras, the Pinups and Pistons photo shoot. There's going to be all kinds of hot supermodels going around. It's going to be a ton of fun on a beautiful fall weekend in Door County.
Absolutely.
All the bounty of Door County that we have to offer. And there we go. Another Beyond the Board is in the books. That was relatively painless, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You did a great job. Thanks a lot for coming in.
Right on.
All
Thank
right,
you, Stephan.
everybody, get out there, fun seekers, and make the most of it. And we'll keep coming up with ideas about stuff for you to do, and we'll showcase it right here on Beyond the Board.
Hey there. Thanks for listening. Find the latest episodes of Beyond the Board on the TuneIn app, Apple Podcasts, or right on FM 1069thelodge.com. Don't forget to be social. Like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know how you felt about this episode.